Hello again, everyone. So this is going to be my first impression of this Jinhao model pen with a size 8 nib, and it is called the, what is it, x159, x159. And so I ordered this, I think I ordered it from Easy Buy, which is direct from China seller on Etsy. And I got the blue color, which is actually quite classy. I think it's a very dark midnight blue. Very, very nice. So this is truly my very first impression of this pen because I literally just took it out of the bag is what I was going to say. I was going to say box, but it didn't come in a box. It came in a bag with lots of bubble wrap around it. And as you can see, I've already been messing with some fountain pens today, so I have some ink on my fingers. Actually, one of the reasons why I have ink on my fingers is because I was putting in some new calligraphy nibs from Pen BBS in 3 different Pen BBS pens. I did get 3 new calligraphy nibs, so I'm going to be testing those out on the channel at some point soon. But today is all about this Jinhao x159. So like I said, the outside is very, very quite sleek and nice. I ordered the gold trim. You could get the silver trim as well. I like gold trim better than I like silver trim. It's personal preference. And it doesn't feel too heavy, but it doesn't feel too light either. Some of these larger pens I feel like have way too much weight to them, but this one does not. It feels very well balanced. And here is, of course, the star of the show, which is this Jinhao number 8 nib. And I got fine. There was fine and medium and I think extra fine available, but I got fine. And I mean, it looks like a pretty standard nib. This pen was super cheap, so it's really easy to just kind of try it out. I think I paid somewhere around $20 for this pen. So, you know, for a size 8 nib, $20 with a pen that accommodates a size 8 nib, that's pretty awesome. This looks like it's seated further down. So I did recently get the Magna Carta size 8 nib. I actually did get it on a hand-turned pen, and their nib is really quite long. It's a size 8 as well, but it's really quite long. And this has more of the profile of the Bach size 8 nibs, which are a little bit more stubby. I mean, they're still quite big if you pull them out, but they are definitely shorter than the Magna Carta nibs. So that's something to think about if you're thinking about getting the Magna Carta nib. They can be quite long and might not fit in your pen if you don't have a pen that's made for it specifically. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, so we have just a standard converter, which is nice. I'm actually not going to be filling this pen today, but I am going to be writing with it. I'm just going to dip it in some ink and then write with it that way. Their little converter is branded to them. And as far as, I mean, it feels actually really quite nice in the hand. I tend to like a pen that's a little wider up here in the grip section. I feel like it's a lot easier on my hands than something that's super tiny. But this particular pen, unposted, feels really, really comfortable. It's really nice and well balanced between front and back. Let's see, it can be posted. And it is just a little bit back heavy with the cap posted, but it'll still be pretty balanced in my hand. So let's go ahead and write with it posted for now, and then I'll unpost it too. So this notebook's a little bit of a mess. This is one of my older Tomoe River notebooks that I had been using for pen testing. So let's go ahead and stick with this one. And because I'm now in a different room than my whole ink collection, which is kind of a drag because I have to go back and forth to get it. The only ink that I have at my desk is this one, Sailor 653. Because this Sailor ink is exclusively dedicated to my Sailor Promenade pen that I have in my YouTube journal, which is in this room. So I want to be able to fill it whenever I run out, which is quite often. But I figured this might be good to dip it in, although it is kind of staining, so I'm hoping I don't stain it too badly with this. So, because I probably would like a blue ink in here ultimately, and I'm pretty sure I don't have another ink in here. So this is it. All right. Ugh. This one probably does have some ink in the cap, so it gets a little messy. It's a beautiful color. All right, so I'm just gonna dip the tip there. Let's see. So this is the, oh wow. Is it, I always forget how to spell it. Jinhao 159. That is actually really nice and smooth. I was not expecting that at all from such an inexpensive nib. This is the fine, and it seems, I don't know, it seems, let me zoom in just a little bit more. It seems pretty, oops. It seems pretty typical of a true fine there. Maybe a little on the broad side for a fine, but super smooth on this Tomoe River paper. Before I run out of ink, I'm going to go ahead and do the Quick Brown Fox. Quick Brown Fox jumps over the lazy dog. And you can see with just dipping the tip of the nib in here, you can really, I mean, it'll go on for quite a while. And it actually, this ink, Sailor inks do, I mean, they're not super gushy wet inks, but they are fairly wet. So you're getting quite a nice, I'm just trying to see how long it will take for me to get rid of all that ink in there, because I don't necessarily want to ink it with this ink permanently. So I'm going to try and run it dry. Wow, that really does take a long time. So clearly this nib holds a lot of ink. Looks like we're starting to maybe run out a little bit. But this nib is like super, super smooth, really surprising. Yeah, so we're finally starting to run out here. Just based on this initial tryout here, I would definitely recommend getting one of these. I mean, hey, $20 to $25 and you've got a beautiful size 8 nib. Why not? So I will probably do a follow-up review after I've been able to write with it some more, which may take a while. I'm just trying to get all that ink out. And then I have a tissue here to get the rest of it. It might be a little while because I am currently trying to limit my pen usage to just a few pens at a time. And then when I run out of ink in a particular pen, I will swap it out for a different one. And so far I have not run out of ink for any of those. I think one might be getting close, but yeah. And some people have actually been asking me as a result of that video where I talked about my 9 EDC pens, EDC fountain pens. And I'll put a link to that video below. People have actually been asking me, which one of you found that you like of these 9? And the Esterbrook is definitely one that I've used way more than I thought I would. So you can see that Esterbrook down in the video that I've linked below. All right, so I think I've gotten most of the ink out. There might still be a little bit in the feed there, but that is good enough. All right, so let me zoom out a little bit again. I can actually get that to work. There we go. Yeah, so this is quite the nice pen. I think it's meant to sort of be like the shape and size nib of like a Mont Blanc 149. I do not have a Mont Blanc 149, so I cannot compare it. But this seems like a really great pen, actually. And even though I said it was a little back heavy with the cap posted, it actually was not uncomfortable to write with. But I do think that it's going to be a little bit more comfortable without the cap. And the nib is gloriously smooth. I'm so surprised at it. I mean, I can't guarantee that everyone will get such a smooth nib if you order one, but this one that I got in the fine is definitely really, really, really nice. And I can totally see this becoming a staple pen. And then, if anything happens to the pen body or something, I could probably, maybe, I'm not going to say this will work because I have not tried it yet, but I could maybe swap this out for one of my Bach size 8 nib. So I do have some housings that fit that. And, you know, quite frankly, I might end up doing that anyway with this nib without anything being wrong with the body. But it is actually a very nice body for the pen, and it's really nice to hold. So I'll probably try it like this for a little while and then see if I want to switch that over. But yeah, just based upon this initial test, highly recommend the Jinhao 159. Oh, and if you want to know what that ink is again, it's Sailor 653. This is the Sailor Ink Studio line. And I have loved just about every ink I've gotten in the Studio line, but that one is kind of a staple because it matches my pen and my notebook that is my YouTube journal. So there we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. You know, I actually, I can't tell you how impressed I've been, that I've been this impressed with a pen at least as far as it writes, in a while. So yeah, exciting, cheap, writes well, kind of fun and exciting because it's a bigger nib, something new. Highly recommend at this point. If anything changes, I will let you know, but at this point, I'm pretty stoked about this pen. All right, well, that's all I had for you today. Feel free to subscribe to keep track of future videos on my channel. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. I hope to see you next time, but in the meantime, have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.